first things first, I like to clean up a little bit and live in the space for a time before I realize how to connect to it spiritually. I don't know what it is about it, but it's almost like assessing each other. Like, I feel like the space needs to get used to me and I need to get used to the space. So a little bit of tidying, a little bit of living in it, decorating, and allowing the energy to just kind of be what it is with me existing in it. This is also how you realize that your smoke alarms are not going to allow you to burn incense at all in a certain room. So I guess no incense in this apartment. So now that I know that maybe a lot of smoke magic in the main room isn't going to be a good idea, I am now switched over to a cleansing / protection spray. Just spraying it in every single corner of my room, around every single entryway, window, etc. and so forth, and putting my energy into the parts of that room as well as I do that. Then I like to meditate and kind of just find that peace and center of mind, and then allow the energy of the space to enter into me. Feel into it and kind of greet it as like, aha, here is who I am. Who are you? Let me know with the vibes that you'll give me. So take a couple of deep breaths and just allow the energy to flow in. The next part of the meditation, though, is then I flip it and I push my energy from me out into the room. I like to sit in the center of the house as kind of like a greeting part of this connecting process, and as I extend my energy out, I just imagine it kind of coming out from my chest and then expanding slowly until it encompasses and touches every wall, crevice, every single thing into the room. And I will finish it off with a very vocal something about speaking the greeting out into the apartment. Feels very powerful, I guess. Then bringing a little bit of divination into it, I also like to do a little tarot reading. I'm currently using the Rider-Waite tarot deck, and I just shuffle until cards are actually jumping out of the deck as opposed to pulling straight from it. And this just allows me to, I don't know, I feel like if they jumped, it's because the apartment's energy made them jump, I guess. And then I analyze the reading and see with the placements of what's the current energy, what's a good way for me to connect with the house, and what might be things that I need to embody to avoid struggles within my place. Also, since I have bought the deck, the Ophelia Rosa Tarot here, I also wanted to do a reading with that. It also feels very connected to my matron, so I figured having a little bit of the Persephone energy to really help me find a new place and being my home would be a good idea. Protection. A great person. Conviction. Reason. Also, what I like to do, so I just got back from a little bit of a walk to go get some errands, and I found, I believe these are called, some people call them witch's balls or something, but I like to take a little piece of the environment and actually bring it into the apartment, because the apartment is within an environment for its reason, so hopefully going to connect a little bit of rainwater a little bit later as well. So, another thing I wanted to mention is the fact that some of these cabinets are pretty damn old, right? But as I said before, I've never really had a supernatural experience that I would say definitively says that, like, yes, I've had an interaction with a ghost. I don't say they don't exist, or that I just am not sensitive to them. You know, I'm kind of up in the air about ghosts, how I am with a lot about everything else. But since I moved in this apartment, cabinets on this section of the kitchen, random open, like the randomly open, that's the words, all the time. Like, they're just like, I'll suddenly just hear like a clink, cling, and then not just like it swung open a little bit, like it swung open a lot. Now granted, it's a very old apartment building, so that could mean two things: just old cabinetry, or it can mean there are some linger-oners hovering about in my new apartment. So we'll get back to that. So far I haven't felt any bad vibes or anything, so Mostly I'm just like, hi, how are you? If you're here, good to meet you. This is now my new living space. I hope we can get along. And we move on from that. Finally, to kind of wrap up the whole connection process, I like to sit down with my mirror book and then just do some automatic writing about what I felt about the experience, any energies that came up. Is there something that's a little not good for me, or something I should work through, or maybe I feel the need to keep putting up protection spells, or do I just vibe into it and then just let whatever the energies kind of spoke to me through the process, put it down into words into my mirror book so I can reflect on that experience a little later and see if I have to adapt it, or maybe just continue doing this on a semi-regular basis. Anyway, that is how I connect to a new space spiritually every time I find one. New videos goes up every single week, and also there are new podcasts every single Wednesday. And I'll see you guys next time.